Portside Podcast by Paramount Cruises.
Welcome to the first episode of the Portside Podcast. We are here with Andrew on Explora Journeys and we are in the owner's residence.
Yes, we are.
So this is a brand new ship,
Mm-hmm.
brand new cruise line. Tell us a little bit about Explora Journeys.
Yeah, so we are a completely new brand. We're actually a passion project, which is a long story short, of the Ponte Vargo family. So the Ponte Vargo family are the owners of the MSC Group, who are the biggest shipping company in the world. They've always wanted to have a luxury lifestyle brand within the group. So this is what Explora Journeys now represents.
Wow. I mean, it's amazing. We've spent the week on the ship, so we're very lucky to have been able to do that. And you can really tell, like, they've gone all out on the luxury with this ship, haven't they? You know?
Absolutely, yeah. So this is the first of 4 confirmed ships. So Explora I, which launched literally, I think, about 35 days ago now. So very, very new. Explora II, the second ship, will launch in August next year. And we've got 3 and 4 also confirmed for a couple of years after that as well. So it's all very exciting. It's a very different concept of cruising.
Yeah.
Basically, if you think about traditional cruising, kind of remove that from your mind, because that's everything that we're not. We really are more of a hotel at sea.
Yeah, and you can definitely feel that as well. I was saying, I'm on with my mum and I was saying that even like the lobby bar and things like that, it is a lot different to...
Absolutely, yeah. The whole design of the ship was based on, we didn't want it to look like a traditional ship. Let's be honest now, some people still hear the word cruise and they switch off completely.
Yeah.
So, we wanted to obviously cater to past season cruisers as well, but we're wanting to attract a new market too that maybe don't necessarily realise that they are cruisers.
Yeah.
So people that like your luxury hotel stays and so on. So we wanted to sort of go down that route, and you kind of see that as soon as you walk in, you're welcomed in this beautiful, amazing lobby, which I've never personally seen a ship with a lobby that looks like it. If you didn't know any better, you'd think you're walking into a brand new boutique hotel in New York, for example.
It's not like a big atrium or anything like that. It is really just like a small, nice...
Yeah.
It is like a hotel.
Hotel,
yeah. It is. And so what do you think then sets you apart from like other luxury cruise lines?
I think the biggest thing that sets it apart is the fact we don't really see ourselves as a cruise line, which I know sounds weird because we are on a ship, but it sort of goes back to what I was just saying about the fact that, we are a resort, a hotel at sea.
Yeah.
We don't do your traditional kind of cruising stuff. We don't have a main restaurant, for example, with a bunch of specialty restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
We have 6 restaurants, which are all just as good as each other. We don't have a theatre. However, we provide loads of entertainment. Yeah. But what we say is it's entertainment which is reimagined. It's the right vibe for the right time. So everything will be come and join us from, not come and join us at. So everyone's not, bottlenecking to get into one main venue. Yeah. We've got different things going on at different times. We are all about the off-ship experience just as much as the on-ship experience. So through our destination experiences and so on like that, it's really about stripping everything back really, and getting that what we call is the ocean state of mind. It's that connection that we have with the sea. I think there's so many big ships out there now that it's, the only time you ever really see the water is when you're embarking or disembarking. Everything else is about all the big bells and whistles and so on. Whereas we're all about bringing that connection back and, that time you have with the sea. Yeah,
you definitely feel that though, walking around the ship as well. Everywhere, now come to think of it, everywhere, there's windows everywhere. You can see the ocean wherever you are on the ship. It is just...
Absolutely, yeah. It's all about bringing that kind of, that experience. And, I'm from Australia originally, so when we talk about the ocean state of mind, I completely understand what we're trying to achieve with that.
Yeah.
I was born in Sydney. If I wasn't around the water, I was always in the water. And so now whenever I'm by the sea or on a beach, I just feel myself exhaling and kind of just having that stress, lift off me. And so that's my ocean state of mind. And, we want all of our guests to get their own, because it's, personal to each one of them.
So all of the suites on board, they've all got their own balcony. There's no insides, there's no ocean views. It is all just...
So we have 461 ocean facing suites, all with a private terrace. So exactly what you said, no insides, no outsides, just a window or a porthole. Yeah. Every single one has a full size terrace, which again goes back to that whole ocean state of mind. Yeah. We have 3 core grades of of suites on board or of accommodation on board. We have suites, penthouses, and residences. And then within those, we've got a number of different subcategories, just depending on the size, the location on the ship, and so on.
Yeah, and they are really big as well. The suites on board, you've got plenty of space, storage.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, even the balcony, like you've got your own little couch out
Day
there.
bed, yeah. So our entry-level suites, which are our Ocean Terrace suites, they start at 377 square feet, which is absolutely huge for an entry-level for a lead-in suite. They're actually some of the largest in our category. And then they go up all the way to what we're in now, which is our beautiful owner's residence. Yeah, at 3,014 square feet. And, you know, they've got the whole width of the back of the ship, basically, port to starboard. That whole terrace is theirs with a big wrap around. So it's, we've got stuff that really caters to everyone.
Yeah, this is just incredible. You wouldn't even realise this was on a ship.
No,
it's like
absolutely.
Like a penthouse apartment or something in a city.
Definitely bigger than my apartment back at home.
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy. So this ship we're currently sailing to Iceland. What's happening with the ship after that?
So after we get to Reykjavik, then she's going to head over to the east coast of USA and Canada. So she'll do New England, but she'll go via Greenland. And then once she gets down to New York, she'll do a couple of journeys, New York to Quebec and return. And then she'll spend the winter in the Caribbean before making her way through the Panama Canal, up the Pacific coast, over to Hawaii, and then she'll head back this way again for summer 2024 in the Med. And then by that stage, the second ship, Explora II, will start sailing as well.
Wow. I mean, we were saying yesterday, weren't we? This is definitely a ship that's built for the heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had it pretty rough this week, haven't
we have. There's so much outdoor space, and you know, you've got 64 private cabanas, which are all on a first come first served basis, all included. You don't pay anything for that. We've got 4 pools, so 3 outdoor pools, 1 indoor pool. But that indoor pool does have a big retractable glass roof as well. So, you know, in the Caribbean, beautiful kind of area to, you know, you can have all kind of weather that's sort of catered to. We also have multiple indoor and outdoor whirlpools around the ship as well. So there's plenty of outdoor space for everybody. At maximum occupancy, we'll only have 922 guests on board. And that is if we are sailing at 100%. The ship, though, is big enough to carry well over 2,000 to 2,500 guests on board. So that just shows you how much space to guest ratio there is.
Yeah. We were only talking about that last night, weren't we? That it doesn't feel crowded at all.
No,
there's plenty of space and plenty of sun lounges. Not that we've needed to use them, but there is plenty of space for people to relax and not feel like you're
cramped in. Exactly.
Yeah. Talking of the itineraries, if there was one itinerary that would be on your bucket list, what would it be?
I think it would have to be Panama Canal. For some reason, I don't know why, it's only a recent kind of thing that I thought I would really enjoy doing that. And we've got a beautiful journey, which basically starts in Colon in Panama. You can go all the way up to LA on it. And that's the other thing, you can make grand and extended journeys as well by doing back-to-backs and create your own unique journey. But yeah, for some reason that seems to be at the top of my bucket list at the moment. So I'm hoping to get the opportunity to do that sometime soon. Yeah,
well, you've been on enough already, haven't you? So I'm sure you can squeeze in another one. So talking of the back-to-back, so the interesting thing is as well that not every itinerary is the same. So you even when you're in the Caribbean, you're not going to be doing 7-night round trips and they're all going to be, so everyone can really make. Absolutely.
And that again goes to show how different we are from traditional cruising, because we don't have a home port that we're sort of just going back to and from. And you know, all of our journeys, if they start and end in the same destinations, within those journeys they'll have completely different ports. So that's the beauty of it as well. So if you are doing back-to-backs, you're very rarely going back on yourself and visiting somewhere that you've already seen.
Yeah, it is really interesting because you don't see that a lot. It is easier for people to kind of just create itineraries that are out of Miami and it's the same 7 nights or same 14 nights or whatever it is. So that is,
it's more, really, I think what we say, it's more yacht style is the way that we travel. So, you know, we are a floating hotel basically, and you are pretty much waking up something new every day.
Yeah, definitely. It's very interesting. Also the food on board is so good. We went for dinner last night. I was so full. We had so much food. But the food on board again is different to a lot of cruise lines,
Yeah.
you don't have that main dining room
No.
where everyone's kind of got a set time that they have to go to dinner and they have the same table every night and things like that. You do have 6 different restaurants on board. They've all got a different theme, sort of.
Yeah, so basically what you just said, we don't have a main dining room with specialty restaurants around it. We have 6 restaurants. 5 of them are included in the journey fare. There is one which does come at a charge, which I'll talk about in a sec. But out of those 5 restaurants, as I said, they are just all on par with each other. We've got Marble & Co., which is our beautiful European steakhouse. You've got Sakura, which is our Pan-Asian restaurant, which has beautiful influences from Japan, Thailand, Malaysia, and Vietnam. There's a sushi bar in there. We've got our own sake sommelier. That's also open for lunch, so they'll do bento boxes and things like that, which change throughout your journey. We have Fil Rouge, which is our French-inspired international.
I love that.
Yeah,
I think that's my favourite.
It's definitely up
so
there for me
good.
as well, especially the desserts at the end of the night as well. We've got Med Yacht Club, where we were dining last night, which is obviously a bit more of a relaxed yacht club kind of vibe, Mediterranean cuisine, obviously. And we also have the Emporium Marketplace, which is our effortless all-day dining. Can't say that it's a buffet because it is definitely not a
No,
buffet.
it's not.
For me, it's the best way I can describe it is like it's the food hall in Harrods. You know,
Yeah.
you don't help yourself. It's all fresh made to order.
Yeah.
18 live cooking stations, and then it is served to you by our host there. But then the last one is the one that does work slightly differently, which is Anthology. So Anthology is our concept restaurant. So that sort of changes every sort of 4 months or so. Each sort of 3 to 4 months, we'll have a new guest chef come on board to curate the menu that's in there. So at the moment, up until the end of September, we have a chef called Mauro Uliassi. Now, he's a 3 Michelin star chef from Italy. And so he specializes in amazing seafood creations. It's a 10-course menu. You can choose to have the wine pairing with it if you want to. You don't have to. I would definitely recommend doing the wine pairing though, because it really brings it all together.
Yeah.
So for that reason, obviously there is what we call an experience fee to dine in there. It's only 68 covers, so it is a real experience, and I would highly recommend doing it.
Special occasion or something
Exactly,
like that.
yeah. And the next chef that we have coming on after Chef Uliassi is a 2 Michelin star chef who has restaurants in New York and London. And she does all sort of Scandinavian or Nordic type cuisine. So, looking forward to that being announced
come
soon.
back on and try
Exactly
that.
right, yeah.
And I heard as well the chef that you've currently got on an Anthology actually flies his own specially selected wine over as well for that wine.
Yeah,
pairing.
so the wine, if you do have the wine pairing in Anthology, if you choose to have that, it's not available in any other restaurant or bar on the ship. It's only available strictly in Anthology, and it has been hand selected by Chef Uliassi.
Yeah.
And I can give you the first-hand experience that it is phenomenal. The wines, as I said, they really do bring it all together.
Yeah, it just shows like how much thought and effort into
Exactly.
to fly things like that in just for
Exactly.
restaurants.
Yeah. But our head of culinary, Frank Garanger, he is absolutely phenomenal. And he's done a brilliant job. I mean, I could talk all day, so I was put in the face basically about the quality of food on board. He's done a phenomenal job of creating these amazing menus in each of the restaurants. We've also got the Chef's Kitchen, which is our cooking class sort of venue. And so we have 3 different chefs on there that sort of rotate and do that. But each one of them is a French master chef. Now, there's only about 400 of them in the world. And so you know that you're getting a proper teacher for it. So that one does come with an experience fee as well, but it's 150 euros to do that, and it's about 2.5 hours. I did it recently and created a couple of risotto dishes, which I was really proud of myself.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth doing it as a particular experience.
Yeah, definitely. But apart from those 2 things, everything else is included.
Yes. Yeah.
You even get your mini bar in your suite. You get
Yep.
to choose a bottle of spirits.
You do, yeah. So unlimited minibar, replenished to your needs. Every single suite, you get a welcome bottle of champagne upon arrival. So yes, in the Ocean Terrace suites and the Grand Ocean Terrace suites, you get a bottle of Veuve upon arrival. In all of the penthouses, you get a bottle of Moet Chandon, which is our house pour champagne as well through all the ship. So we've got, free flowing Moet and Chandon throughout your journeys. And then
it really is. I've seen so many, I've never seen so many people drink so much champagne.
I think we're going through quite a few bottles. And then in these residences, which is our top tier accommodations, you do get a bottle of Dom Perignon, and it's a 2013 vintage as well.
Very nice. And once you've drank that, you can get another bottle, but it's not the same. You get the
so
standard.
it would be the Moet Chandon. So, for example, if you're in a residence, you can have a bottle replaced. It won't be another bottle of Dom Perignon.
Yeah.
You have to have to be okay with Moet Chandon, but I think most people are all right with that.
I'm sure fine. But again, you don't have to pay for that. They just keep. It is free flowing champagne on board this ship.
Yeah, completely.
But also, again, we've spent the whole week on board, and I was only saying this the other night to my mum. We went the French restaurant for the second time. It is really that good. And it's just all the little touches, the staff. And I've never experienced this before, but we walked up to the desk to get a table.
Yeah.
And the girl behind the desk knew our cabin number, or suite number, sorry. And I was just like, how did you remember that? I've been on cruise ships before where, they get to know what you like to drink or things like that. But I was just like, never before have I had someone remember my cabin number and remember us from nights ago where we dined there again. And it's just those little touches, and the staff on board are
they are. The one thing is that we've just had constant amazing feedback on, and considering we're so early into our journey as well, we're only just over a month old. The comments and the feedback we've been receiving on our hosts are just amazing. So in regards to our hosts, we don't call them crew, we call them hosts, because that's what they really are. They're here to really, help engage and enhance each guest experience. And we have a host to guest ratio of 1 to 1.25. So it's, pretty much 1 to 1. It's one of the highest in the industry. And we've hand selected every single one of them. So Explora Journeys have actually traveled around the world to different destinations and held recruitment drives, and they've hand selected every single one. So unlike other cruise lines where majority of them just have, work with agencies where the crew are sent into them, we don't do that. So we know that we're picking the best ones and getting the best of the best. And what I like as well, they're not just coming to us from other cruise lines, they're coming to us from luxury hospitality brands and so on as well. Some of them have never actually worked on a ship before, so this is their first time at sea. And you talk to them and they are just absolutely loving it. And they've all been trained up in one of the highest sort of almost acknowledged training schools for hospitality and stuff.
You can really tell though as well, they're so nice. We went to dinner last night, and the waiters were just, we were cracking up laughing all night. They're so great. Funny. They were asking you your name, and it was just like it just felt
personable.
It was just friendly, like seeing a friend, or it doesn't feel
that's exactly
like
it's like family.
And you can really tell it does make.
Yeah, exactly. And what I like as well, we've got over 60 nationalities represented within our hosts as well. So it is a truly international host mix, which is fantastic to see.
Definitely. I went to booked myself into the salon to get my nails done the other day, and the whole experience there as well was just amazing. The girl there, her name was Audrey, and she was so nice, and she said, "You're really lucky because I don't have anyone else booked in today, so I'm taking my time with you. We were only meant to be here half an hour, and an hour later we're still there chatting away."
Oh, brilliant.
But this was her first time on a ship as well, and she was like, "I didn't even know you could do this as a job. Just travel the world for free."
Exactly.
Basically. And she was just so excited to be here, and it's nice to see that they really do love what they're doing as well.
Completely. Yeah.
When you book your suite on board Explora Journeys, talk us through what is included within that price, because we know there's a lot.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're an all-inclusive product. So we include everything from all of your meals on board, all of your beverages. As I mentioned before, we've got that partnership with Moet Chandon. So you've got your unlimited minibar. You've got tips and gratuities on board, all included. You have Wi-Fi, which is all included as well, which is such a big thing now. So many people are still working while they're away. And the company that we work with in regards to Wi-Fi, they've got their own satellite. So even when we're in the most remote places of the world, you'll still get a really good signal. I think hopefully you would have noticed that while you've been on here as well. You can connect up to 3 devices per guest as well. And then it's such a strong signal too. So you can sit there and work quite comfortably. as I said, off 3 devices for every guest. The only thing that we don't include are our destination experiences. So we leave it up to each individual guest to pick and choose and tailor-make their journeys to be either as adventurous as they want it to be or as laid back and as relaxed as they want it to be. So we sort of have 5 different categories of destination experiences. We kind of aim to have 12 to 15 on offer in each port that we visit. And they could range anything from, something as simple as a beautiful wine tasting at a gorgeous vineyard somewhere, yoga at sunrise in a monastery somewhere right on a river, something that's unique with a unique element to Explora Journeys, I should say, all the way up to what we call our beyond boundaries, which are, once in a lifetime, real thrill seeker type, experiences. They could include a private jet or, your own helicopter type thing, a super yacht type thing to get you to a particular destination somewhere. So it really does range. And again, that goes to show, the breadth of clients that we're really catering to. It's a whole range of different people, really.
Yeah. And we have noticed that as well on board, there's all types of people on here just enjoying themselves,
which is
and
great,
doing whatever they want to do, making it their own.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just, your typical kind of luxury. I think historically this type of product, would have been an older demographic, whereas we cater for an older demographic, of course, obviously, but also, bringing in new sort of, a younger kind of audience as well. So, our average age that we target sort of between 45 to 65. However, as you've seen, we've got people younger than that. We've got people older than that. We also cater for multi-gen families as well. So you would have noticed we've got a number of interconnecting suites. We've got the Nautilus Club, which caters for children. So we do have facilities there. We're definitely not, out there promoting ourselves as a family cruise line, because we do have that area, but it's obviously not anything like your big, rock climbing wall, wave pools or anything like that. So they've got the facilities there to keep them entertained, I guess, but it's, it does have that whole range of people that we can cater to. Yeah,
we stumbled across the
Nautilus Club.
We stumbled across it the other day, and it's quite cool in there as well.
Oh, it's great.
It is only small, obviously, because it's not a big family kind of. But we have seen a few kids on board as well. So it's good. It's cool in there. Like, she invited us back actually. So we haven't got many kids on here. If you want to come back later, play a bit of pool.
With the kids that are on board, apparently the Nautilus hosts are fantastic, and they get involved with the kids that are on there as well. So they'll create programs for them. They'll play with them and get involved. They've got all the different games up there, like your Nintendo Switch and your, all that kind of stuff. Just my age, can't even remember what they are now, but there's plenty of stuff. There's even virtual reality kind of stuff up there for them too. So loads of stuff.
Throughout the ship, you can kind of notice that there's no single-use plastics on board.
No.
So you are quite green planet conscious.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, as well, I did hear, we were in a talk the other day, that the partners you use on board are like B Corp partners and things, so you're quite conscious about
very conscious of it, So, as part of the MSC group, we've got over 300 years of seafaring heritage. So the sea is our home. And so we obviously do everything we can to preserve it. Explorer 3 and 4 will be LNG powered as well. So LNG is the cleanest marine fuel available to us. So obviously adhering to all that kind of stuff that's available now and making sure that we're making full use of that kind of thing. As you mentioned, no single-use plastics on board. Every single guest upon arrival, as you would have said, you would have got your own, gets a refillable water bottle, which is a really nice kind of takeaway gift for you to take home as well. There's water stations around the ship to refill those as well. And as you mentioned, in our retail area, we only work with companies that are B Corp certified as well, that give back to their communities and so on. So the brands that are in the retail area, what we call the journey, they're all phenomenal brands and stuff that you wouldn't necessarily find on a cruise ship. Normally it's all the same old brands that you kind of see everywhere. But they're really different and really unique, which is brilliant. Also, the only Rolex shop in the world where you can buy a Rolex and take it home. Exactly right. Yeah, so that's a massive selling point actually. So we do have the first ever Rolex boutique at sea, and it's the only one here on Explora I. And yeah, that's exactly it. You can actually go in and buy a Rolex while you're in there and take it away with you. There's none of this 2-year, 3-year waiting list thing. So it's a fantastic concept. Obviously, we're so proud to have that association with Rolex. We've also got Cartier as well, who have, like Rolex, have their own mono brand standalone shop on here, as well as Panerai and Piaget as well. So some beautiful brands, and especially Rolex and Cartier for them to be associated with us. Again, that just goes to speak volumes about how different we're kind of doing things.
Yeah, especially for a brand new cruise line, a brand new ship, for them to kind of put their trust in Explora Journeys and say, we're gonna go with it. Yeah, it speaks volumes, really, doesn't it?
For sure.
Just to finish, if there was one thing that you would tell people to do if they come on Explora I, what would it be?
Oh, 100%. It would be get yourself up to the Emporium Marketplace pre-dinner. We've got an amazing oyster bar basically up there where you can go up, grab some oysters for yourself, have a glass of champagne, just do it before your actual dinner. So, if you're dining in any of the restaurants, still go up there beforehand and get yourself involved in that, because, it's so true. So many people have said, where can you do that? It's such an experience just to be able to do it. So
again, it's them little touches, isn't it, that you wouldn't really think of.
100%.
Well, thank you very much. That was very interesting.
Thanks, Jess. Appreciate it.
No problem.